Right, well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of another attempt of Icarus Permadeath on hard difficulty, except this time at the Dangerous Horizons expansion on the Elysium map. Now, yesterday we had several repeated attempts at trying to get started. In the actual episode 1, you're only going to see one failed attempt, but before that, I had prior streams where I had failed as well. Thankfully, we did manage to finally get our feet off the ground in this playthrough. Eventually. So, I also had an idea. At the end of the last episode, I got pretty frustrated with the drone part that we were... it's like the first mission that you have to do there. But I also had a pretty good idea from that drone part, and that idea was all the pistol ammo that I got could actually really come in handy. I can craft a single-shot pistol and then use it, right? It wouldn't help me with much, but it would at least help me with the drones. So I'm thinking we try that out. Alright, we have our tame in here. And I suppose we can let him out now. Alright, so I have the flare shell that we're gonna need. I'm gonna require more thatch ramps. And I need more sticks at this point. Might want to sleep the night away, too. Alright. So, I'm also gonna want to get into, like, herbalism and shit. I need to make better healing potions than the ones I currently have. The ones I have just aren't sustainable. They require resources that I believe are finite. Until I get a mining drill anyway. This health recovery tonic here. So lily, flower, yeast, and tree sap. How do I get yeast, I wonder? Hang on. Let's open the journal. Look at items. Alright. So I just need to put wheat into a pestle and mortar. There was some wheat over here. I could harvest it with my scythe. Yeah, shitload right here. We're gonna grab as much of this as we can. This is the base for our healing potions. And then we need to also find a few other things, but I think a lot of it is in the area around our lake. I guess we're not gonna gather all of this, otherwise it would take up too much space, but I will finish this stack right here. There we go. Yeah, we gotta get more sticks. I could unlock the ability to convert wood into sticks by spending a talent point in a specific way. Okay. I'm gonna have to craft that single shot pistol. Yeah, we could really use it. It costs 20 iron. Would it be possible to make like a different pistol? Maybe a tier 3 multi-shot? Hang on. There is a semi-automatic pistol here. It requires the machining bench to craft, along with cured leather, which I could theoretically make. Steel screws as well. 20 steel ingots, which I do have, so I might try to unlock that. Let's get the cement mixer, move over here, get the ammo, semi-auto pistol. Yeah, because we have a shitload of 9mm rounds now. We've been looting them from the drones that we've been downing. So we're going to try to make that, but I'm going to have to upgrade this and make a machining bench instead. Alright, the machining bench is right here. I'm doing okay, gamer fam. I'm doing okay. I missed the beard. I missed the beard. How are you doing? So we need nails, iron ingots, and stone. Iron nails specifically, which we don't have that many of. I might actually need to get more iron in order to make this pistol. But we did get some stuff that we need for healing potions. We'll try to make that semi-auto pistol. Where is it, huh? Right here. So the herbalism bench is pretty cheap to craft. Fibers, sticks, wood, and stone. Make that. Okay. Now, these health recovery tonics require lilies. And then I need to find yeast. The lilies are right here. Those are reeds. Okay. Let's delete the reeds. I don't need those. I think these might grow back too. This could be a much more sustainable method of having healing potions. Okay. Looks like it stacks up to 100. Yeah, let's get some sticks. Here we go. Yeast. Yeah, we need that. We need it for the healing potions. Backpack full. Let's destroy these reeds. All right. So I think that's good on sticks for now. Yeah, we got to make that herbalism bench, and I need to grind up some of the flour that we got, some of the wheat into flour. Let's get back. Okay, we don't need to loot that yet. I have no inventory space required to do so. There we go, we got a lot more of the requisite supplies. Now, the herbalism bench. I need wood and stone in there. We got the wood right here. I'm gonna start grinding this up into flour now. Where is the flour recipe, huh? Hang on. Probably have to learn how to make it. Yeah, right there. I can only make 39 flour out of all the wheat that we got. 4 stacks, but it's still gonna be useful. Let's go get some stone. I'll be able to mine it pretty damn quickly with the buffs that we have on offer. All right. Could just use the steel pickaxe, but I'll use the iron. We can scrap it and get rid of it after, I think. Yeah, and then we'll mainline the steel pickaxe. Beautiful. Okay, 273 stone. I could potentially try this, but it could be very dangerous. I think I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to abandon it. Then we can get a new job in 10 minutes. Anyway, let's make that herbalism bench. We need it. We're going to need more space in this place pretty soon. We got to craft that machining bench, but that's going to require more iron. All right. Where do I put this? We are running out of space in here. An upgrade will be important soon. All right, I set this guy to passive. We're gonna want to remedy that. We'll put him on defensive. And we'll spend this point on that natural cooling for food preservation, I suppose. Let's harvest these guys. Welcome, Aussie. Yeah, it was getting a little scraggy. I had to get rid of it, but we'll grow it back. And same with my hair up top. Yeah. How are you doing? All right, let's place this herbalism bench here. I can now make the health recovery tonics. That'll really come in handy. Add to stacks. Grab the flour. Oh yeah, okay. So the bottleneck right now is our yeast supply, but we now have a more sustainable health potion that we can craft. And we'll store these requisite supplies for potion creation in there. All right, let's get a drink of water. All right. Now, I'm just gonna get rid of that bow. I do not need it. We're gonna have a pistol instead pretty soon. I gotta upgrade my inventory size. The only way to do that, though, is to have a backpack. I think you might be able to craft some backpacks, but I'm not really sure. We could get like a special one on the ship when we go back up, but I don't yet have the money to afford it, I don't think. There is a leather backpack down here that I could make. It gives me 6 more suit slots, so. Big amount of rain, eh? Right on. Speaking of rain, I'm pretty excited about Schedule 1. Yeah, pretty soon there's gonna be dynamic rain that falls down. Small pouches. What the hell did the small pouches do? Well, I don't know, but I want to make this leather backpack, but we're gonna need a textiles bench to do it. So we need wood and stone in here. And I think I'm gonna finish the durability on this iron pickaxe, and then we're gonna harvest it for a partial refund of the materials used to make it. We can pretty much mainline the steel pickaxe now. It is really nice to have all of the buffs that we have to mining. It's so useful when you spend points on mining. It really is. I didn't like doing it at first, but I always do it now. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we can break the iron pickaxe and harvest it. We got 3 iron back. Now we're gonna use the steel. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that our Juggernaut over there is just fine. We don't really need to help him fight that. He seems to do well enough on his own. Okay. Deposit the stone. Other supplies. We need a little bit of wood and stone in this bench. And then I have to craft the textiles bench so I can make a rudimentary backpack. We could really use it. 6 more slots goes a long way. A very long way. We'll just shove that outside. Doesn't really need to be in here. Okay, we got to make that leather backpack. So I need rope, leather, and fiber. 8 rope to be exact. Leather, rope, and fiber. Requires shelter? What? Well, shit, that's annoying. Why? Okay. God, I'm really running out of space in here, aren't I? I'm gonna repurpose some of this shit real quick. Must repair first. Yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade our house here pretty soon. Well, that won't work. Okay, what if I do this? And then put that in there. Probably won't work until I have a ceiling, but I could do that. God, this textiles bench is huge too. What if, okay, let's grab this. Come on, just let me craft it. Requires shelter. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, let's grab this then. We're like taking apart my whole house just so I can make a backpack. Would I consider this game challenging? No, but I would consider it immensely frustrating. Yeah, challenging isn't the right word. Okay, is that sheltered enough? It's gotta be. No? Okay, close myself in there. There we go. We'll have the backpack and then we'll put everything back where it belongs. Okay, there we go. I now have a backpack that we can use. Let's equip it. I have more inventory slots to go around. I'm just gonna scrap that textiles bench now. We don't need it anymore. And then let's grab all this shit. Now we gotta put our house back together again. All right. Now that we have more space, I have more options. Let's move our food down here. I wonder why there's like black cracks all over my base. This is weird. This is really weird. Yeah, it might be just a bug with the recent update, but I'm getting strange black cracks all over the house. All right, I'm gonna move this guy away from here so that combat doesn't take place near my house. I have more healing potions made now. We're gonna make sure we have an entire stack of them. Don't need that. Deposit the rope. Put that down. And then we still have 2 of these that we have to use up. I need to craft a machining bench. What do I not need in here? Let's remove that. Same with the stack of wood. A little bit of steel. Some of the bones. And the leather. Yeah, we have to craft the machining bench now, but I will need 1 more iron ingot and a whole bunch of nails, so we have to go mining for iron. I'm gonna repair the hammer. And let's go. By the time we get back, we should have a new job available. There was a cave up here, I think. I don't know how picked clean it is, but we can hop back in and take a look. Okay. Let's eat. All right, we did manage to get a little bit of iron. I'll grab up some of this shit too. We got the iron that we need. But, well, technically, I need iron to craft the machining bench, and then I'll probably... I think I craft a pistol with steel. So, once we have the machining bench, we won't need any more iron for the steel. We already have the steel in abundance, so... Okay, time to leave. Yeah, we should be able to make that pistol now. Semi-automatic pistol. We got a whole bunch of pistol ammo from the drones that we killed at the end of the last episode, so we can use that to do that job easier this time. I'll just be shooting at the drones with a pistol instead of with a bow and arrows. Let's pop off of here. And let's smelt this shit down. The iron first. I think I only need... okay, I'm gonna need a little more. We need 120 nails and 40 iron ingots. That's pretty fucking expensive. We would have it if our fucking anvil didn't break to the weather in the last episode, so we're gonna have to try and kind of correct that. I could try to find a brand new cave. That would certainly help out. Let's... oh, I have more iron right here. Nice. Yeah, we need to try and find another cave, I think, but I might be able to collect another job now. So we're gonna take a look at that. Mining or crafting tools. Let's take the mining job and see what they ask for. They want 32 stone. That's a beautiful job. I'll do that 10 times over. There we go. Let's turn it in. Creatures... do creatures raid your base? Not exactly. They do spawn regularly though, so you're always defending against something. And there's missions in the game, so you can get like tower defense missions and get a substantial reward for completing them. A crossbow with iron arrows, or another stone furnace with some coal ore. I think I'm gonna take this. Yeah, we got some dried food and salt. I really wanted the salt more than anything. Okay. Let's head back. That was a very quick job. We made some easy ren out of it. Where's my next talent point going? Right here. We got to reduce the weight of stone buildables in the inventory. And then I'll be able to get this down here. Extra space 2. Crafting tools or locate a down drone and protect it. I think we're going to be abandoning another quest here. Bone javelin. Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah, let's abandon that. Grab the iron. And I need to make 120 nails for the machining bench. There we go. So I need 13 more iron ingots in order to make the machining bench, and then we'll be able to make the pistol. I'm gonna make more rope. Then we'll put some more fiber in there to replace what we just used. All the nails that we need for the bench are now done. We're just waiting on the ingots themselves. 13 more. Which I may actually have with the supply of iron on hand. We may be able to make it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will. So let's just sit tight. Maybe what I'll do in the meantime while we're waiting is I will equip the sickle. And we'll gather a whole bunch of this wheat so I can grind it down into flour. We need flour now for our healing poultices. We have upgraded versions that restore over twice the health. All right. Okay. Let's skin this guy, and I'll get the bones I need to repair the sickle, then we'll grab the rest of that wheat. It looks like it's taking up a lot of inventory space right now, but we condense it into flour. Yeah, several stacks of wheat is far less than one stack of flour, so it doesn't matter how much you get, you can always condense it down. And after this, you know, I'm pretty sure this wild shit, it actually respawns later. So, you know, we don't really need to worry about where all of our lilies or wheat is going to come from. We're going to have to find more yeast, though. Right now, yeast is the bottleneck. Yo, I have a shitload of iron in here. What are we doing? Right on. I didn't even realize I had that. I was going to make more steel bloom. That's right. Okay, so yeah, we're good. I have to move this up here, though. It started making copper instead. There we go. So, we're making the flour. It's gonna take 3 minutes for all that to finish. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try to locate some more yeast while we wait for the iron to get created. Okay. Very nice, 2 talent points. Put one right here, another one right there, and now we can go down here to extra space 2. I actually learned how to make a fabricator, which is pretty crazy. Like, that's the next tier of machining bench, but it's very expensive. I won't be able to make that for a hot minute. I'm gonna want this reduced carry weight of buildables in the inventory, but I'll also get this. I can see health bars for animals now. Yeah, we'll get the reduced carry weight of buildables very soon, just not quite yet. Now it's going to be a lot easier to actually see creatures around with that. All right. We're looking for yeast. We're basically looking for, like, a plant that looks like it has balls on top of it. Yeast is my bottleneck for healing potions right now. I could, theoretically, grab more of this wheat and make more flour. But, I don't know. I feel like we're doing good on it. Still, it is right here. Let's just fucking grab it. Yeah. Because God forbid in the future I ran out of flour and I didn't know where my next wheat was going to come from, right? I have to reapply my buffs. All right. Very good wheat gains there. Now we're just looking for more yeast. Water's low, let's take a drink. Our inventory is damn near full. I'm gonna try to get a stack of sticks. All right, let's get rid of that meat. Just don't need it. Hopefully we find some yeast while we're out here. The iron that we need to build the machining workbench is definitely done, so we can craft that pistol and we can do that job to kill the drones. I have a lot of pistol ammo, possibly even enough to kill all the drones, but even if not, I'll be looting more pistol ammo from the drones as I down them, right? Now, yeast does seem surprisingly rare. I'm gonna go over here to the tech tree. Seed. I need to look up like a seed crusher or something. A way for us to get what the hell is progenitive fertilizer? Gain seeds when harvesting. That's pretty sick, actually. But yeah, we need to try to find like a crusher to get seeds. I think that they changed it. Yeah, you need a seed extractor now. So I can put vegetables into that in order to get seeds for farming. You don't just get seeds from wild crops anymore. You have to like build a piece of tech, so we're gonna build that. Here we go. I found a little bit of yeast, but really not that much. I got a couple pieces. That's why it's the bottleneck, right? Really easy to find a massive field of wheat. But you usually only find yeast in small patches, so it makes it hard to stockpile it for healing potions, but we're all right. A little bit goes a long way. Those healing potions restore 250 health, so they're quite substantial and renewable, which is the important part. Early game renewable. All these yeast and wheat that we're harvesting, I'm pretty sure that they respawn, so. Oh shit, yo, there's a spider there. Where the hell are you going? Look at this fucking guy. Well, I killed my first spider. That's the same spider that we saw skittering on our first night alive. Organic resin? Interesting. It said I looted that. Okay, yeah. You can actually get prime meat from spiders, it looks like. Which is pretty cool. I at least want to grab the prime meat. Let's get rid of the sticks. And I don't think I need this dried fucking fish. Yeah, we don't need that. I'm just gonna get rid of it. At least one stack of it. We'll put the rest into the compost bin for spoilage. Yeah, let's take those, destroy that meat, and there we go. So that's our first spider kill. Possible junkies out in front. Get out your shotgun, bro. You're gonna make their fent lean into the dead lean. All right, how are we doing? I could use more dried stringy meat. Hang on. Gotta make some space. God, yeah, we need that machining bench. I think it might have more storage availability than what we currently have. Let's grind up all that wheat into flour. 98 is a good number. Let's grab the iron. And I can craft that machining bench right now, but I will need some space in here in order to do it. So let's grab those and then craft it. Spider silk. Where did I get that? I mean, I don't think I got that from the spider. Maybe I did, though. Because I don't know. There was a lot of items in its looting list. Maybe I got it. We're gonna have to empty this out. That crafting bench is now obsoleted. Yeah, we have a lot of tree sap for more potions. We're good, and I can always get more tree sap. That's easy to get. I'm gonna split this stack. We're gonna do 4 of these. 4 cooked stringy meat, and then I have to dry these 3. And then let's put this dried fish into the composter for spoilage. All right. The organic resin and the spider silk. I'm not really sure what I can do with the spider silk, but we can check. Yeah, spider silk. Uses: basic bandage, heat bandage, cooling bandage, rope, and platinum weave. So it looks like it's a fiber replacement. Essentially, it's alt fiber, you know? I'm gonna put the fiber in there and then use the spider silk to make the rope. We'll be able to get rid of it that way. All right, I'm making 11 more health recovery tonics. We're just gonna stockpile those because we're gonna want them for a while. Things are stable though, I like this. We need to deposit as much of the items in this bench as we can. Take all. I am gonna have to move this too. In a minute and 30 seconds, I'll be able to move it. Let me check the bounty board, like the jobs. Mining, I'll take that. What does it want? Copper ore, eh? Well, I don't really have enough. I'm gonna have to abandon that job. Sometimes it asks for stone, sometimes it asks for copper. It's pretty wild. Anyway, let's collect that and destroy it. We're gonna deposit a bunch of these items over here. Make some space, grab all that. I'll put the iron in here for a second. Now we need to place the machining bench. And we have to put the pestle and mortar on top of it. Okay, there we go. There we go. We have the ability now to make that pistol that we want. And I don't know for sure, but I think that this might have more storage space than the original crafting bench did. I hope so. Let's deposit all this shit in there where it belongs, and then that. Let's get all of our crafting items in there, and then we can remove the iron from the forge. Yeah, I don't want to process all that iron ore. We need the iron ore to make steel bloom, which will become increasingly useful over time. Especially as we get toward concrete house building. So where is that pistol? Right here. Semi-automatic pistol. We need 5 cured leather and 8 steel screws. I'm gonna have to learn how to make steel screws. Let's take the iron out of there. Put it in the pestle and mortar. Continue crafting the rest of the flour. We successfully did the conversion to the machining bench. Yeah, so let's make the cured leather. I believe in order to make cured leather, I need tree sap and leather. And we have to put it on the drying rack here. There we go. I'll just make a whole bunch of it right now with the rest of our tree sap. What's the ratio of how much is consumed? You use way more leather than you use tree sap, so we're gonna have tree sap left over when it's all said and done. Let's get to sleep, pass the night. Turn this off, save on fuel, take the cooked stringy meat. We now have a renewed stockpile of it. And stringy meat. But we're gonna need more gamey meat at this point. We got another skill point on Atlas. Don't really know where I want to put that. He's pretty fine. Like, he's pretty strong. I think we're just gonna get Aura of Warmth. It's additional health regeneration rate, as long as we're in an Arctic biome. Yeah. So what else do we need? Steel screws. I need to learn how to make steel screws. Which I believe is a tier 2 thing. Not really sure though. How do I make steel screws? Maybe it's a tier 1 thing, actually, because isn't... No, yeah, it's gotta be tier 2, somewhere around here. Can I just craft it already? Yeah, I can. Okay, so we'll make 100 steel screws. That'll last us a good long time. And then we're gonna go grab 5 cured leather and I'll be able to make that single shot. Well, no, semi-automatic pistol. We skipped the single shot. Yeah, semi-auto pistol. There it is. Nice. And we have some ammo that we got from the drones in the previous attempt at that quest. Let's reload. It's got a 6 bullet capacity. This will make it a lot easier to kill those drones. A lot easier. I'm gonna repair my lantern here. And then we're good for now. I've got a moment. A break in the action. Yeah. What are some of the uses for leather? I know that I can make it into rope, theoretically. If I want to reduce my held quantity. Yeah, rope. Other than that, not many options for condensation of it. Yeah, we killed our first spider, buddy. We got it. We're pretty much waiting for the job now. I'm waiting for this board to be available. Oh, nice. That's actually strong, dude. I did 100 damage. One shot was equal to 2 knife swings with my bone knife. That's going to be really strong against the... It's going to be really strong against the drones. It's going to be a shame, because when I finish that job, I'll no longer be able to farm it for more resources. That job is really good, because you can just keep on killing the drones and keep on getting, like, electrical parts, copper cable, pistol ammo. I don't think I'll be able to repeat that job once it's done, so, you know, the gravy train will be over, but I'll have a good stockpile of pistol ammo. Hey, there's yeast over here. We need that for continued production of healing poultices. Okay. I'm gonna go check out this mine again. Because it almost seemed to me like the other mine had some iron respawn, and as far as I know, that's not how it works. You need a thumper in order to make it respawn. Nice, more yeast. Right on. Yeah, let's take a little peek in here and see what's what. Gold ore, I'll take that. Titanium, I never collected this. Okay. Yeah, nothing respawned in here, but that checks out. Maybe I just ended up leaving some iron nodes behind unknowingly in that previous mine. Either way, this mine is completely clear at this point. All right. Yeah, let's get out of here. And with my remaining space, I'm gonna grab more sticks, because we frequently need more. Yeah, that leather backpack is definitely helping. We'd be out of inventory space right now if we didn't craft it, so certainly helpful. Beautiful. All right, let's go. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Caroline Reaper sauce on your burger? God damn, right on. That sounds fun. Oh, you're doing truck? I actually understand that, gamer fan. I understand. I remember. Yeah, there was cashier, shelves, and truck, right? Well, either way, I hope you have a good sleep. I'll see you in a little bit, all right? We got more animal byproducts here. Oh, shit! Ho, ho, ho! You see that? Oh, buddy, that's crazy. Clutch headshot. We took it right out. Look at the amount of health I got back from that healing potion, eh? Let's reapply our buffs. Yeah, I'm telling you, buddy. Guns are very powerful in this game. Very powerful. It's making the ammo is the annoying part. But, you know, we had a way to farm a lot of pistol ammo by killing those drones, so... That was a clutch headshot. All right, let's repair these. And let's grab that let's grab that operation again. It's time we started it again once more. The main story mission.
Are you all right? I thought we lost you. Let me see if I can figure out where you've landed. We would have seen you coming down if you were close to Eden, so you're probably in TPS territory. Damn it. You'll need to send a signal for us to locate you. If you can shoot a flare high enough, that should do it.
All right, I'm gonna swap out the bladders. Hey, sweet. All right, deposit all of that. Except I'm gonna put the excess fibers in here. Same with the excess sticks. We got a lot of pistol ammo at the ready. Lilies and yeast to be deposited. I'll make 8 more of these. We got a shitload of flour in here, so for a little while, the bottleneck is actually gonna be tree sap. Ugh, but I can make tree sap pretty easily. We have a shitload of wood, and wood makes a lot. There we go. We're making 400 tree sap right now. I have more buffs on hand. I'm gonna need to make more thatch ramps. So let's grab the sticks and the plant fiber. I need 15 more thatch ramps. Okay. There we go. Now, we have more tree sap already. Let's put the copper ore in here. We have a massive collection of copper. It seems like we have too much, but we are gonna need it pretty soon. When we start making electronics and shit, it's gonna happen. I didn't let my character finish making those ramps. Let's continue with that. Anyway, we have the flare gun that we're gonna need for that quest objective. Drink some water. That was a very good headshot. Damn straight, buddy. Okay, we now have 20 thatch ramps. I believe that's as high as they can stack. We have a whole bunch of tree sap available. Don't need to worry about where it's gonna come from next. I could make 40 of these health potions, dude. We're good. And we have a good stockpile of them made already. Yeah. Alright. So... I don't want to leave this running the whole time. It'd be really nice to have a potbelly stove or some shit, because that would actually... We're just going to kill time before we start the job. But yeah, the potbelly stove only uses as much fuel as you need to finish the cooking thing, and then it stops burning your fuel. But right now, my house is super tiny, right? And we're kind of working within that limitation. We have a talent point to spend. I am going to put that into this extra space too. And then we're going to start crafting our upgraded storage containers, I think. It'll be pretty useful. They'll all have 10 more slots in them. And then later on, if we respecialize out of that generic storage boost, we'll still have the extra slots, right? So there we go. Yeah, we got 2 more to cook, and then we can head out and start that job. We gotta feed this guy. Let's give him some food. There we go. He's taken care of. We got more charcoal, so I could make more steel bloom. Let's do that. Got a lot more charcoal. There we go. All right, we're good. Let's turn that off and let's start this job. Repair. Yeah, this pistol is gonna really simplify things, man. I'm excited to use this. Head to the marked location. Where is that? I don't know. I don't even see a marked location. Oh, there it is. Okay, it showed up. It took a minute to show up after I opened the map. Let's restack our buffs before they fully go away. We gotta go up here. We still have these here from the previous attempt. We're gonna get attacked by those drones pretty much right away, but I'll have a much easier time with it now that we have that pistol. All right, let's fire off this flare round. Straight up.
Okay, right. I can see your location. Iris is picking up some TPS chatter. They're heading towards you. Stay alive.
All right, here we go. This will be a lot easier than before. Let's just let them get close. We already know that they pretty much miss in perpetuity. Look at that. You see that? 3 fucking shots and it was dead. Amazing, dude. Yeah, this is gonna be so much simpler. And I'm gonna get some good loot. This is nearly enjoyable. Okay, did the other one drop like a lootable body? I don't know. I didn't really see it drop one. I'm not sure. This is so much simpler than before, dude. Oh yeah. It looks like they do all drop that. I just got 19 more bullets. I need to try and find another body, because I'm pretty sure there is another drone body just like laying around that I could probably loot if I located it. I just don't know where exactly it is. It's gonna be a damn shame once I complete this job and I can no longer get all this free ammo and shit, you know? More 9mm rounds. I have more bullets now than I had when I started. Yeah, this is fucking sick. It feels way more satisfying than yesterday, right? Taking these guys out with the bow is just like pure pain. Not really sure where this droid went. In fact, I'm not even sure that they all drop a lootable chassis. But so far, everyone that I've been staring at has dropped one, so it's possible I'm just missing the chassis instead of there not being one. Yeah, we need the raw stringy meat, so we're gonna want to loot these guys. Okay. Okay. I got more stringy meat. 3 of them.
Phew.
So
You made
that's
it.
how far they can go
TPS can be
flying.
quite
Those
a
chassis,
handful.
they go
Grab the
quite
supplies
far.
from the pod. There's a TPS comms tower blocking our signal. You'll need to shut it down. Then I can guide you to Eden.
But I did get a lot of resources. 7 electronics is insane.
So much money.
What? Theo, is someone taking bets on squad survival?
Yeah, no offense and all, but you gotta make your money somewhere. Sure as hell ain't coming from the UDA these days.
Come here. You're supposed to be a senior here, Theo. What the hell are you thinking? Go, now. Shut it down.
Collect the equipment. That was highly lucrative. It's almost a shame to finish the job because I won't be able to ride that gravy train anymore. Anyway, we're gonna want to go home and get our mount. So let's go grab Atlas. And I might want to repair this pistol because it's definitely proven itself quite useful. And we actually have to process all that raw, stringy meat. I might want to grab some more of this oxide too. Get rid of that. Grab this. All right. So let's spend our points. I want reduced carry weight of buildables. I'm also gonna want this efficient home maintenance. Let's get that first. And then another point in extra space, followed by another point in stoking the flames. That'll come in handy later. When I'm crafting my like electric furnaces, right? And then we can re-specialize out of that shit later once we have our furnaces built, once we have our storage containers built, all that. It's only a tier 1 storm. It's pretty Mickey Mouse. We don't need to worry too much about it. Let's start processing this shit right here. I have to deposit some stuff. Okay. Storing the excess over here. We have so much copper wires, so much electric. Like, that's insane that you can just farm that. That's so useful. I'm gonna literally regret getting that job done. We have spare pistol ammo here. I'll keep a stack on me because the pistol proved itself quite effectively useful, you know? So let's split this twice. We're gonna cook all of that and then dry this, I think. Maybe that's a bit much. Yeah, I'll cook 10 and then we're gonna dry the rest right here. And then we'll just store the rest for spoiling. Put the oxide in there, extend our supply. I may as well switch out the bladder while I'm right in front of it and thinking about it. There we go. After this job, I'll be able to buy some specialized equipment from the spaceship, I think. Close that. I don't think I need this fire whacker anymore. We're just gonna deposit it in here. All right, so I know how to get there. We pretty much just have to go there. Homestead iron stove, eh? An efficient wood burning cooking unit. Let's repair our pistol. I'd imagine it's only gonna take like a steel. Yeah, it just takes one steel to repair it, so it's serviceable again. I've really grown to like this pistol, dude. Here, let's conduct a little field test. Well, we got it. I'm not gonna want to waste too much ammo, but it is nice to know that we can lean on that if we need, like, to kill something quickly. All right. Let's head in. What time can we sleep? 6 p.m. Not exactly soon. Anyway, let's start producing steel out of all the bloom that we have here. May as well. We're gonna need it for our concrete house later. Gonna repair my knives. There we go, all the dried meat is now done. Grab it. And this meat's almost done cooking. Now, after the storm's over, I will have a window of opportunity to go to that quest objective, but I don't know if I should wait until I can sleep before we go. It's kind of the question of the hour right now. I have no clue. I might just go there right now and try to get it done real fast, you know? Let's head out. Yeah, I need to go through this passageway right over here. We've been there before. We're kind of familiar with it. Every now and then I'm gonna need to stop and refer to this map to see exactly where we have to go. I might not need to go through this passageway. I might be able to go around here. I just don't really know. But I do know that if we go through that passageway, then we have a chance of getting better, like, ores and stuff. Maybe I could take that passageway back on the return trip. I'm very worried about the potential of coming across one of those giant Yeti monsters while we're traveling. I don't even think my pistol could help me with that. I'm gonna go ahead and eat. Restack our buffs. And I'm gonna grab this salt. Yeah, we're not gonna go through there. We're gonna go the other way. What is that? Iron? I'll take it. Yeah, we go south and then east around the mountain. Oh. Well, shit. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go through the snowy pass here. Fair enough. Bro, that Yeti is not going to be a battle. That's going to be a massacre. I'm going to get crushed by that thing. So hopefully we don't encounter it at all. All right. I don't have that much time, so I don't really want to pick this place clean. Hang on. Don't get me wrong, I kind of do, but I just don't have the time, right? Sooner or later it gets dark, and I'm way more likely to walk into one of those deadly Yetis if it's dark. But I also know that you need a ridiculous amount of copper once you start doing electronics, and I know that I'd be well advised to grab it while it's here, smoke them while you got them, right? So, I'm torn. All right, buddy, you follow me. All right. Here you go. What is that? Iron. Okay, these creatures right here, they're passive. I don't need to worry about them causing me any sort of trouble. There's a cave up there. What? Okay, that's kind of crazy. There's a fucking cave in this crevice. I guess I know where I'm going if a storm hits, right? Like a really bad tier 5 storm and I need to take shelter. I gotta admit, I'm growing really attached to Atlas. I feel like that mount has rapidly become my favorite mount. It's respectably fast for how much carry weight it has and shit. Like, it's a really good mount. Pretty reliable. Anyway, I can't really afford to mine that much more, so we're just gonna get going. It's getting dark, which is worrisome. All right, that's the last rock right there. We're emerging on the other side of the rocky crag, the pass. So now I need to turn left and go up this hill. I could go around, or I could put some ramps right here. Dealer's choice. I guess I'll just go around. It's gonna get colder as it gets later, which will be a problem. There's another rocky pass right there. I might need to go through it. I don't really know. I don't need to worry about that. It's just those annoying birds. I can probably ignore them. I'm keeping my lantern on for the warmth bonus that it's providing. I am hoping to get this done and get home before we start suffering a lot to the elements, you know? We're almost there, though. Riding your creature looks sinful. Wow. Painful, yes. I think that's the mountain right there. We have to get over there. I need to find the TPS communication tower. We're really close, honestly. Where is it exactly? It's on the left side of this mountain. The leftmost side. I'm honestly so scared that I'll run into a Yeti while we're out here. What the fuck was that? Oh, here we go.
Seen snails move faster than that one. Honestly, just letting anyone in these days.
Don't mind him. Theo's ex-military. I wouldn't take it personally. Working for the ACS would make anyone
How do I get up here?
Abrasive.
I'm just saying, how are we gonna get anything done here if everyone you hire is so slow? We may as well just roll over and let TPS have the place at this rate.
Shit. I don't know how to do this. Okay, you have to stay where you are. Yeah, I don't know how to get up here. I mean, there's got to be like some sort of a staircase or something, right? I don't know. But it's getting way too dark for me to see a quote-unquote official way up. Wait. Well, there is this. I don't know. Maybe the route is like something I can find around the perimeter. I have no clue. I'm not really sure. But I'll try to pull up there with my ramps before I start trying more extravagant and fucked up things. As if this wasn't a fucked up and extravagant thing. It's kind of working, but this is making my balls itch. I gotta be honest, it seems pretty sus. All right, home. Shit. All right. Holy shit, heal up. I need to eat. I'm missing my max health. Okay, but at least we have these healing potions. I have my food. Yeah, let's eat. Get fully restored. That was intense. I have an injured leg now. I would need a splint to fix it. Good God, buddy. Okay, you know what? Here. Let's do that instead. Way safer. All right. So we made it to the structure itself. Unobtainable. Cannot be picked up. Oh, shit. Okay, that thing is just like on the attack. I don't even know if I can kill it. Ah, fuck, I can't even open that door. Go, go, go. Come on. Oh my God. Heal up. Oh, come on. Okay, fuck you. Holy shit. What the hell? Okay, I toggled it off. What the hell? I just toggled the device off. Why is it still shooting? Holy shit, dude. You gotta be kidding. All right, let's climb up here. Christ on a crutch, buddy. What am I supposed to... Okay, I have to get up that ladder. I can't shut that turret off. It just doesn't seem to work. What the hell? Oh. Okay. Okay, I opened the door. I got in. That's insane, honestly. So, small red pouch. A convenient 6-slot pouch. Nice. That's pretty cool. So it's like a bag in a bag. Water treatment pill, recurve bow, black wolf knife, Larkwell Martinez piercing bolt. I don't really care about those. Poison arrows, don't care. Electronics. I'm just gonna get rid of this wood. We're gonna need more space for other stuff. At least we're in a shelter, you know what I mean? So what is this? Broken leg. Use a splint to heal. I would need wood, stick, and fiber. It is at least nice that they made it so you... That's why I didn't think the door worked. There's 2 fucking doors here. That's funny. So that's because I activated the quest twice. So you know what happened? There's probably 2 turrets, just like there's 2 doors. That's insane. Okay. Which means that I basically have to try to climb up here even with that thing shooting me. Which, we did it. Alright. Wind turbine. Disable the communication tower. Okay, well, if I turn off this turbine... Yeah, it generated 2 of everything. You can see that there's 2 batteries here, technically, and I'm like pixel hunting so I can interact with the other one underneath this one. I can't believe that's a thing. Like, that's so primitive. They gotta code that out, dude. They gotta code that out. Anyway, I can't even tell. Wait, this one. Okay, we managed.
It's done it. Now I can plot a course for you. Victor, do we have any intel worth sharing on this route?
At least
Victor,
the turret's off.
Do you copy? Victor is our intel guy. He's been an asset to the team. Whenever he decides to actually pick up his comms unit, Victor, report.
Mo, hi. Sorry. I was, busy.
We're en route to Eden. Can we expect anything up ahead?
Says
Concrete.
here you should
Oh,
be prepared
wow.
for sand. Lots of sand.
Vic,
A
wait,
sled?
was that a joke?
It's crazy.
I didn't know you had it in you.
It's been known to happen from time to time. In all seriousness, there are plenty of TPS patrols about. Keep an eye out. Apart from that, enjoy the hike.
Anyway, that shit's crazy heavy. I would need to put that on my mount. I don't even know if my mount can carry it, but we have a whole bunch of concrete shit. Concrete buildables. I kind of want to see if I can sleep here, but I don't think I can due to the potential... Oh god, I doubled up my acquisition of the concrete shit. That's insane. It is too cold for me to go right now. Can I sleep in here? Is there any way I can sleep at this place? This bed requires more shelter. What do you mean it requires more shelter? Son of a bitch. This is rough. Yeah, I could end up getting like hypothermia on the way home and shit. And it's dark, so it's just dangerous on its face. Yeah, there's 2 of these? What? There's literally 2 of everything here. That's crazy. They gotta fix that though, dude. They have to. Like, that can't be the case. That cannot feasibly be the case. Basically, if you start the job and then you quit the job before it's done, and then you start the job again, it actually doubles up the entire structure, which is fucked. Like, that's so messed up. Immersion breaking is all hell, and I feel like that's like child code. I feel like a kid could figure out how to make it so that's not a thing, you know? Of course, I'm exaggerating. That's immense hyperbole, but I still feel like this should not be the case, and they should not feel comfortable leaving it as the case. Yeah, with my leg all fucked up, man, this is rough. The safe play is to wait here. If I get down to my mount, then I can build a little concrete base out of the concrete stuff that we got. But I have no bedroll. I can barely move right now. I have 1 talent point. I guess let's put that here so that my over encumbrance penalty gets slightly reduced and I can move a little bit faster. I wonder what the way up is that you're supposed to take up here. Because I don't think I came up here the way I was supposed to. Like with all these ramps and shit, you know? Holy shit. Yeah, this is marginally sus. Okay, my mount is right here. We gotta get home. Yeah, this is rough. I guess I'll get his increased Arctic health regeneration again, and we basically need to try to get home in these conditions. I can hop down there, I know that. We can actually take, well, potentially we can take a shortcut back. I don't know for sure that it's gonna work. I don't know for sure. But I feel like right now I need a shortcut back. So we're gonna try, regardless of whether it works or not. And I'm gonna reapply my buffs. Make sure I have max health in case of an emergency. We gotta go just straight south. But you know what? Me quitting that job and restarting it, I did manage to get a lot of extra free concrete buildables. And this map, that is something I would say it has going good for it, is the game gives you free concrete buildables if you can get that job done. So, you know, just work your way up to getting the pistol, make some bullets, and then you can easily kill those drones, right? And then when you've killed those drones, you come over here, you get the free concrete buildables, you get a stronger base. But I don't think you could feasibly skip the Stone Age or anything. Like, I think you'd probably still have to do the stone. God, this game needs a mini-map. It needs one real bad. I may end up with hypothermia. We can treat it after, but I still nonetheless may end up with hypothermia here. What do you think, guys? Does this look like the kind of place where a Yeti might be? I need to get down there, so we're gonna... Technically, my beast has reduced fall damage and increased health, so I can probably just handle doing a triple Lindy. Yeah, we're good. We'll be home very soon now. There's a lot of spiders here, which means there's a cave over there. I might want to remember that. There's a cave far to the west of my base. Anyway, it looks like we are probably going to be getting home safe and sound. That quest was not without danger. In fact, that turret that was shooting me, that was actually 2 turrets shooting me. Now, eventually I managed to shut one of them off, but we literally almost died to, like, the bullshit of this game, right? We've almost died to the bullshit twice. The first time we almost died to bullshit was when I was crouching over a ledge in that cave and we fell and nearly died with 8 HP left. You're not supposed to be able to fall while crouching. We verified that by crouching at the same place. And the second nearly bullshit death was 2 turrets shooting me when there should have only been 1. But the game like double generated the structure. In fact, I'm gonna make a little post about that and recommend they don't do it. Let me see here. Double generated structures in Elysium. I started the first operation where you go, where you beat the drones, then go to the tower to disable it. But I abandoned the job partway through. When I did it the second time, I noticed there was 2 of everything in the tower. 2 turrets, so I couldn't even disable both. 2 batteries, so I had to pixel hunt to disable both. and 2 wind turbines, which I also had to pixel hunt to disable. It also provided me with twice as much container loot. Literally everything there was doubled. I think I recall similar problems on Prometheus. Wait, what's the map called? I think it's Prometheus. And in my personal opinion, the devs should fix this and ensure that there's only one instance of a quest generated building at a time. Yeah. They're not going to. I already know they're not going to. These devs aren't like that. You can't point out a problem to these devs and have them fix it. But I'm just putting it out there. Okay, we are almost home. Almost. Spider just skittered by again. I wonder why it does that. Either way, I'm glad we made it home. I need to apparently find a beacon at the desert entrance. Is there even a waypoint for that? Not really. I'm assuming the desert entrance is up here, but I have no clue. There's no actual waypoint for this quest objective, which is kind of crazy. Oh, buddy, I'm moving so slow. Yeah, I gotta splint my fucking leg. And I gotta shed some of the weight that I'm carrying, most notably the concrete buildables that we possess. This is insane. All right, let's go to sleep. I need, like, daylight. Okay, so in order to craft that splint, I need fiber, stick, and wood. Stick, wood, fiber. That's not how splints work. My leg's just instantly better. All right, this knife has 22,000 durability, which is insane. It's way better than my iron knife. I'm thinking I'm just gonna destroy the iron one then, and we're gonna use that wolf knife instead. Yeah. And as far as this recurve bow, I suppose I can hang on to it. I'm not typically a fan of bows. I don't know how I feel about the whole backpack and backpack thing. I feel like that's a pretty retarded addition to a game like this. It's just weird. It doesn't make any physics sense, you know? You can put a bag in a bag, but in the end, it's still the same amount of volume inside the bag. So it's like, you know, it just doesn't make realistic sense. All right, we have more iron ore. Let's put that in here. Got more salt. I'll put that in the lower chest right there. Interact with the Eden waypoint beacons to update the Echo device signal. Prepare for a trek across the desert. How far do I have to go? Okay, so it's telling me where to go. The Eden Waypoint 1. Well, wait, no, that's leading me there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I might have fucked myself here. Like, it just didn't tell me what to do, I think. Find the beacon at the desert entrance. I don't know, I'll try it. Like, we'll try it. This is the desert right here, but I'd imagine I probably had to go that way, but I didn't want to go while it was, like, dark and dangerous, you know what I mean? So, we're gonna get ready for another trip. I have to store all of these concrete buildables here. We have many. Honestly, kind of crazy how much extra concrete buildables we got due to the double generated base up there. Get rid of the electronics. Yeah, those pouches are fucked. Like, backpack and backpack is the weirdest creative decision for any game ever. Let's refuel our lantern. I need more of these healing potions now. And let's repair my knife. I seem to have plenty of food. So I guess we're going. I will refill the canteen, make sure we got a good amount of water available. And I might want to swap out my oxygen bladder too. So I think we're pretty much good to go. I need to, oh, right. All that, yeah, we need more room. So let's, I guess, can I make copper wire yet? No, not until I get the next bench. So I'm gonna need to stuff all this copper into a chest here. Start melting it down. There we go. Put the iron in here. Shit's getting pretty full, kind of, but we are on the cusp of upgrading our base. So let's head out. I need to feed my beast a burden here. There we go. I'm gonna need to keep an eye on this. Signal 32% that way. Interesting. You know what? Maybe I will just go through this cave to get to the desert, because I'm pretty sure that's where we have to go. Let me just quickly look at the Elysium map. So I'm down here. This is supposed to be the entrance right there, but there seems to be another cave entrance right here. So I'm gonna go up to the place where we're probably supposed to enter the desert. It says that we're supposed to take a trek across the desert, so most likely I could go through that cave, get to the desert, and then it'd be like a shortcut, but I just don't know. And I'm not gonna take the chance because I don't want to waste my time, right? So we're gonna go the way that it wants us to go. It would be quite a shortcut if I built a bridge across this, but I don't know. Let's get going. Yeah, we're gonna build a ramp to scale this wall because I feel like that's probably faster than going through here and then running around. All right. There we go. Now, as long as I leave this here, I can come back and repair it whenever I want to use it again, and we'll have a shortcut to get up here. Which just means easier traveling in the future. There's a deep cave right there. We need to find the passage that leads to the desert. I think that's it straight ahead. Riding this thing does make it look like my character's balls must be crushed. Okay, so let me guess. This is the first beacon right here. Can I take that? No, but we're good.
Okay, briefing time. Let's start with TPS, the People's Syndicate. They're an old world faction, formed around workers protesting conditions and pay. Unions, that sort of thing. Started out pretty harmless, but corporations and the UDA stamped down on them hard. There were deaths, which radicalized a handful of members. You've probably heard of the attacks they've claimed over the years. TPS was designated a terrorist organization, even though it was just mostly families trying to build better lives. More recently, the UDA had mostly wiped them out. Then our news of the Icarian genocide broke. Suddenly, TPS propaganda was being force-fed to everyone in orbit and back home. Earth had riots, attacks. Over our way, Prospectors started to defect, banding together to steal exotics for themselves. It's hard to tell who identifies as what. Most of them aren't bad people. You've seen what it's like on Icarus. It's grueling. There's death around every corner. And we get cents on what makes the UDA billions. What am I doing working for them again?
All right.
Don't lose your head, Prospector.
We're gonna get our mount to follow us, and we're gonna run on foot. Easier that way. I can keep this in hand and take a look at it, you know? Oh shit, I'm gonna need more ramps. But I don't even know if vegetation grows here. I have 10 more ramps, technically. So let's pop down here. I can at least make a ramp for this passage. After this, though, we're gonna need to make more ramps. There we go. Oh god. Okay, I see vegetation down there, so I could make more ramps, but it looks like I don't actually need to build a ramp here. Here's the other one. Okay.
I should probably tell you how I ended up here. After the discovery in Prometheus, Sol had all the evidence stored as collateral on a secure server. And of course, it didn't take long before someone at G15 tried to mess with the data. Long story short, it was rigged for this exact reason. Sent to virtually every public and private news vendor out there. Unfortunately, that caused some chaos. I mentioned the riots, yeah? Well, the UDA responded by shutting down the group entirely. They kicked off a massive inquest.
Drone.
Sol was rotated back Earthside to help with the investigation, at his request.
Interesting.
Before he left, he got in contact. Managed to convince me to run this team.
There's more drones.
Do you really trust someone else to investigate? Yeah, he was right. I don't. Sol's got this way of always making you do the right thing. It's infuriating. Bless him. Stay safe, Prospector.
Okay.
You're making good time.
I don't really want to traipse across the desert. I feel like that could be trouble, but hang on. Let me see about getting some more fiber or something. What is that? Fiber, tree sap, and wood. Yeah, I gotta make sure I can produce more ramps if the need arises. There's that stamina depleted glitch again. Happy to see the game is more stable than the last time I played it. Alright. That's a fucking camel, I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's take a drink. We're consuming water 250% faster, so we're gonna want to get this done as fast as possible. Hang on. Basically, I'm just heading east, northeast. Primarily east, but... a Draven camel. It looks passive. I wonder if I need to worry about any, like, massive sandworms going through these dunes. Hello there, DJ Oxy. How are you doing today, brother? Okay. We are now 48% away from the signal. It's far. It's definitely far. But I might be able to take that cave system on the eastern edge of the desert back to our base. I haven't tried it out yet, so I don't know for sure. This is a good opportunity to uncover more of the map, though. Yeah, I really like this mount. It's tanky, it's got good carry weight, it's relatively fast. Like, honestly, it's pretty decent at travel. Sure, might not be as good as a MOA, but at least you can count on this thing to fight with you and defeat enemies. Okay, we need to go that way to the northwest, apparently. and find the next signal thing. All right, I see it. It's got a flag mounted on it. Good morning, Jesper. Good morning, brother. How are you today? I made a pistol, Jesper, and this pistol, it can kill those drones in like 3 shots.
You're mostly up to speed at this point. What else? Ah, Eden. Right. When the investigation started Earthside, Elysium was constantly mentioned in Group 15 docs. The UDA found that interesting, on account of the whole sector being tagged as a black zone by G15. Naturally, there was a fair amount of interest about why they would keep an entire sector to themselves. So, the Icarus Inquisition was put together to investigate the activities here in Elysium. We needed a defensible forward operating base where we could guarantee a safe drop for squad mates and supplies. And that led to Eden. See you soon.
Yeah, we gotta go south now. Me and Zuzi are doing okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. I look 10 years younger. Yeah, I miss the beard, dude. It was just getting a little too scraggly, you know what I mean? I'm gonna grow it back out again, the same with the hair. You know what sucks about not having my facial hair anymore, though? You can plainly see my double chin. Yes. That's why I like the beard. I think that's why most people like beards, because it makes them look less fat. You know? I miss my beard for that. Like, I'm one of those skinny fat people. All right, how far? 74% of the way. There's another drone. Yeah. Yeah, the really awesome part about this, Jesper, look at this, right? These drones, they always drop loot, and they drop 9mm ammo, copper wire, and electronics. Them dropping electronics is the crazy thing. Like, I feel like this map has some really... And I got a shitload of concrete buildable structures for free while we were doing this first operation here. Will I be Yes, I will be making a rifle eventually, buddy. Don't you worry. Yeah, we'll be making a rifle. And a shotgun, you know, all the bells and whistles. Where to now? I gotta continue south. I look like an imposter, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, Jesper, yesterday after our frustration with the bow and arrow killing those drones, I found myself with hundreds of pistol bullets, right? So I unlocked the semi-automatic pistol. And then with that, I was able to just crush it. We did the quest again. Made a lot of progress really fast. Why is my stamina bar gone? I don't like that. I can't. Okay, you just follow me then. There's a fucking scorpion right there. All right, now we gotta go west, apparently. I hope my stamina bar is back on this guy. Yeah, it sure is. Let's go. Yeah, this map has a lot of interesting features. It's the most dangerous map in terms of early game threats, but it's also the most lucrative map in terms of free loot. Just by doing that first operation, you have a chance, like, you know, you can get pistol ammo from the droids, the drones. You can also get electronic parts. You can also, during that first operation, get a shitload of free concrete buildables. And I got these 2 small red pouches, which are basically like backpack and backpack. You can fill these with items and keep them in your inventory, and it condenses things. I don't know how I feel about that. I hate backpack and backpack because it's a massive departure from reality and it feels immersion breaking, but nonetheless, it's a thing. Yeah, there's you can get some good loot here in this map. And I got a lot of free concrete buildables. I'll show you how much we got. I actually ended up getting twice as many as I was supposed to, Jesper, because I started the job yesterday, then abandoned it, so the entire facility generated twice, and there were like components of the facility overlapping other components of it.
You made it.
Which was a good thing and a bad thing.
Eden. Home sweet home.
Because there were turrets
Come
and I couldn't
find me
deactivate
first.
them all.
I'm upstairs. Welcome to the Icarus Inquisition.
Okay. Let's get up there. I have to go on foot. You stop following me and wait right here. So, not gonna go there. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, apparently there's a settlement with some living NPCs here.
Yeah, I'll take the next mission, but only if we get proper intel this time.
Yeah, we have a full-fledged, like, settlement here. With actual living humans. Pretty crazy.
Hey, Prospector. Great to see you in one piece. Welcome to Eden, home of the Icarus Inquisition. I know it's a lot to take in. When the UDA asked me to when Sol asked me to put together a team, I made sure that we had more than enough manpower. The data we've gathered so far is limited. But if the group managed to keep the Ikarian genocide under wraps, then what else were they doing here? It's our job to find out. Go and introduce yourself to the rest of the team.
Okay.
Stay in one piece.
Okay, fair enough with that stamina thing. Thank you.
Do you know what time it is?
We have to talk to several different crew members here. That's Theo.
So, you're the other Prospector. Huh. You're shorter than I expected. I heard some wild stories about your...
Hi there, Prospector. Nice to meet you. I mean, properly, in person, of course. I'm Iris. Anyway, I still can't believe the group could do such a thing, and with my poor team helping them too. It's just awful. I can certainly understand why Mo decided to investigate it herself. She can never let things go. When I heard that she was still alive, goodness, it was such a huge shock. And then when she called me to join the team, well, I signed on the spot. But I must admit, I had forgotten how harsh it can be living away from Earth. You've got to be as tough as nails to make a living out here. Hi there, Prospector. Nice to meet you. I mean, properly.
Well, I listened to Iris.
I'm Iris. Anyway,
Done.
I still
Where's
can't believe
Victor?
the group
Victor,
could do
wait.
such a thing, and with my poor team helping them too.
He was this
It's
guy, right?
just awful. I can certainly understand why Mo decided to invest.
Ah, hello, Prospector. Mo's told me a great deal about you. I look forward to working with you. I've worked odd jobs here and there, but never investigated a conspiracy before. First time for everything. I've heard you're fairly resourceful. Unfortunately, that's more than can be said for some who seek their fortune out here. We've already lost too many. Just getting Eden up and running. Hopefully, we can complete this investigation without more bloodshed. On either side. But that seems unlikely.
Alright, we completed the mission, and I got my first big payout of Ren, and I also got some exotics. So, that's good. Now, I'm gonna try. My base is right here. I might be able to go through a cave passage there in order to get home, but I don't know if I could squeeze my fat ass mount through. We're gonna try, though. We will certainly try. Although what's really funny is if I found my way here without going to the other beacons, it probably wouldn't count. That's I could take the shortcut to get here, but it wouldn't work because the game would be like, what are you doing? You got to go to those other beacons first. Anyway, we need to head southeast of here in order to potentially have a chance of having a shortcut back to my base. And I need to drink. Thirsty work traveling in a desert. I also need to reapply my meat buffs here. She talks too much. Fucking woman, eh? Goddamn women. Let's discuss our feelings. I'm gonna grab this. The hell is that? A truffle? Wow, I found truffles. And I got prickly pears. Yeah, there's definitely some new shit here. Well, there's a cave entrance right here, but I don't know if it's gonna lead me out of the biome. It may, however, be an opportunity for me to get some valuable ores, so we're gonna take a little pit stop here. I hear bees. Lithium. I don't know what the hell lithium does, but... what the fuck is that? Holy shit, a dune raptor. Crazy. All right, let's get our fucking black wolf knife here. That raptor is actually extremely dangerous. All right, let's deposit some shit. I don't need that flare gun anymore, I don't think. I'm just gonna destroy it. Okay, I got 2 worker bees from that hive. We got some gathering to do here, but I don't have that much inventory space to spare. Actually, I do. I have those pouches, the backpack and backpack shit, which just completely breaks the fucking game. I don't know why that's a thing. These are dribbos, apparently. I can get bacon from these. God damn, Australia canceled Pornhub? That's kind of crazy. Jesus. Honestly, I feel like porn just hasn't been the same ever since, I don't remember when it was. It was around the pandemic. But they deleted all the good porn. You know what I mean? You guys remember when there was that big porn holocaust and a shitload of it was just like removed from Pornhub and every other site because MasterCard and Visa basically like held the websites hostage? Hang on, I gotta put the bacon in this guy's inventory. He'll preserve it better. I don't really feel like I need these prickly pears or truffles. We're good. Yeah. Titanium deposit here. I think we're nearing the end of my little mining spree here. I can destroy that raw meat. I'm gonna get rid of this wood, the sticks. Hang on. I'm not gonna just get rid of the sticks. I could use them to make more ramps, but now we have more room for ore on the Beast of Burden. Yeah. Wow, I just get to loot that again for a second time. That's pretty crazy. Let's put the bees in here, get rid of the refined wood. Hi, sweetie pie.
Hey, darling, I a message for you.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was asked to ask you to take like a 5-minute break.
Right, okay. I'll be right back, guys. Unfortunately, it's my name day today.
Yesterday,
which means that I have to receive, like, congratulations for being named Tom. So I'll be back very shortly, alright? After I get this copper. Alright.
it's my grandparents, you know, my grandpa can't walk up the stairs.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. Yeah. All right, guys. It might turn out that name days aren't so bad. We got a bunch of junk food and some money. Hell yeah. Could you use the flare gun to light up a cave if necessary? Oh, hang on. I don't know if you could use the flare gun, but probably, I'd imagine. But this lantern is pretty effective too. I think that's all I'm willing to get just on the basis of my carry weight. However, what if I was to do this? What if I fill a pouch with nothing but ores, nothing but heavy stuff, and then I put that on him? Can I put it on him? God, that is so overpowered, dude. It's crazy how powerful that really is. Like, that's game-breakingly powerful. These little pouches should not exist. I'm benefiting from their existence, but I still stand by the notion that they should not exist. This is fucked up. Literally, I can just put these 2 pouches on him, and then he has the weight, but we still have like a ton of space left over. Like, that's like interdimensional cheese right there. Anyway, now that my weight is like non-existent, we're gonna get more. I still don't really know if we can take a shortcut back to base. We're gonna have to find that out. Yeah, that raptor is pretty deadly, dude. There might actually be times where I have to heal mid-fight just to stay alive. Let's skin it. Well, you know why I go against it is because birthdays are expensive and name days are extra birthdays. So it's like having a big family means you're always impoverished in the name of tradition.
Speaking of impoverishing oneself in the name of tradition, my sister's husband name day was the same day as yours.
Yeah.
Which means that, well, I need to go to town to pick up my keyboard and mouse, and I'm gonna have to, like, I'm gonna buy him some stuff. His name day as well. But I'll be cheap. Or, well, as cheap as I did. Like, we're rich, we can't afford.
Alright, yo, Doozy.
What?
You want to be a doll and start another coffee? Hmm?
Do I want to be a doll? I guess I can't believe you're breaking your fast with chips.
Well, we have them. I have to disappear them.
And here I was gonna make another delicious, healthy keto dinner.
Yeah. Well, hey, I tried to opt out of the name day. I wasn't allowed.
Okay.
I literally tried to opt out of it.
You did. So I'll start another coffee, but yeah, I'm gonna be going.
Okay. Be safe. I love you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except that my UPS isn't gonna be there. So, or Monday for that.
Oh, Jesper, are you serious? You can actually, there's an exploit where you just click sort and then it like, oh my god. I wonder if that's still a thing. Okay, we leveled up again. So I have all this shit that I wanted to get. I might want to get faster repairing for structures. First, we'll get the over encumbrance penalty reduction. And then I might want to get fall damage resistance. Yeah, so we'll get that. Start investing in it. Anyway, I got every ore in this cave that I deemed most valuable. Except for maybe the gold. Alright, let's depart.
I'm sorry, love. I will be gone after this, I promise. I put on a cup of coffee for you, so maybe set a timer.
Alright.
It's just one mug.
There you go. Thank you. Okay, there's a drone over there. I think I'm gonna kill that. We might get another electronic part for free. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't really want to find out. Follow me. All right. Yeah, it's getting late. We have to hurry the hell up and try to see if... Right over here, there might be a cave that can lead us home. That's a jackal. Some type of hyena beast. Yeah, Icarus is like a valedictorian daughter who then turned to fentanyl and just became an absolute degenerate. Like, it's like you recognize the extreme potential, but you're just disappointed. You know what I mean? That's like Icarus to me. Bro, it's getting really dark really fast. Yeah, I gotta try to see if there's like a cave entrance around here that might lead me back home. Well, none right there. There. I see spiders. That usually means cave entrance, so... Alright. Scorpion stinger and scorpion tail. All right. Shit. Wow, I didn't even get poisoned. All right. Got refunded some ammo. Does nighttime become deadlier? I don't think so. It's just the obstructed visibility makes it hard to get around. Anyway, at least knowing that there's a cave there means we might be able to get through. I hope so, otherwise it's a long-ass trip back home. So where is this cave? I have no idea. I might actually have to break my way in, or it could be an elevated cave. Up high type thing. Which seems the more likely scenario. Those spiders were wandering around over here, I think. Yeah, unfortunate. I have no idea where this cave is. I'm assuming it's up there. All right. All right, I'll be right back. Coffee water is prepared. All right. So yeah, we need to find a way into that cave, and I'm pretty sure I know where it is. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna... Okay, take all. Can't. Yeah, we're getting pretty stuffed here. It's becoming a little bit of an issue. I can make more of that. I don't need the fiber. I don't need the meat. Don't need the sticks. Now I'm gonna put everything perishable but important on him. All right. Now I need to reapply my buffs. And then I have to feed and... I can't really afford to hydrate the mount. Not really, because I have limited... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well, it's only arid winds. It doesn't look too dangerous, but... Yeah, I don't think that cave entrance is to be found over here. I can barely see now, unfortunately. I think it's up there. I have no idea where the cave entrance is. I know that I found the spiders, but I don't know where the cave is. It's weird. And it's pretty damn dark, so I have not that much of a good likelihood of seeing it. Yeah, I don't see a cave here. Shit. Yeah, I have no idea. I know there's a cave entrance here that's gonna lead me out. I know because if there wasn't a cave, we wouldn't have seen the spiders. But I really have no idea where that cave entrance might be that could lead us out of here. I thought that it might have been up there, but it doesn't appear so now. It's not up here. I'm gonna assume it's over this way. I'm not really too worried about the storm exposure. That's a fairly standard and manageable thing, but with my visibility reduced, I'm just not likely to find the cave. Not really seeing a cave, Matt. Fuck it. We're on our own. Yeah, they're right here. They were all kind of grouped up right in this area. So there's gotta be a cave nearby this zone. I can withstand the storm. I'm not worried about the storm. Maybe it's around this boulder right here. I don't know, but we're gonna keep looking around. The spiders were wandering right around this boulder right here. So let's assume that that might have something to do with it. I need to get rid of these acidic glands. They're not safe to carry. I didn't realize how much damage I took to the spider venom. That shit is dangerous. Yeah, those spiders are deadly, dude. The entrance has to be around here somewhere. Let's try to check up there. Yeah, not seeing a cave up here. It's a damn good thing I have those healing potions, otherwise, you know, we would have died already. So the spiders were right here. They were literally like right here. I can't mine that out. I don't see a mining wall around here either. I hear other stuff on the other side of this wall, which, like, it totally indicates the presence of a potential cave entrance, but I just can't figure out where it must be. You know? I got no clue, buddy. And I'm trying. Certainly trying. I don't want to die out here of exposure, right? It ain't here either. Yeah, we might have to try to wait until morning or something. Now, the rock formation where we found the spiders was right there. I don't suppose the cave was around here. In fact, I highly doubt it.
Burner.
Yeah.
He did up the entire kitchen, but I came to offer you if you'd like to have cauliflowers.
I'm okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. That's lovely. Okay. No, I know that, Jester. I know that. But I haven't found any mining walls. I'll check Discord. Thank you. So... where am I? I'd imagine I'm over here, but this I can't even tell where I am. Hang on. Hang on. What? I don't think this is the right map. It says Elysium, but oh, it's okay. So apparently it's down here. Straight ahead. Which is really weird. Because, like, I see no mining walls. It's gotta be, like, up above somewhere, right? But it must be really, really high up. Anyway, I'm getting, like, hypothermia now. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it. I just can't find it. I kind of wish there was a creative menu so I could fly around and look. It's supposed to be literally right here, exactly where I am. Like, it's supposed to be right here, right? But I don't know where it is. Maybe the map is full of shit. Maybe they didn't even add the cave entrance yet. I am basically willing to just die here. I'm not going the long way around. Fuck that. There's supposed to be a cave here. It can't be any higher than this. It opens with a mission. Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm done with this playthrough. I'm probably just gonna start over fresh with the knowledge that I've gathered about the map. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna start over. I need to delete my saved data though. Okay, player data deleted. Now we have a fresh start when we log in. Let's schedule another stream. Episode 1, attempt 6. I changed the tags, didn't I? Hang on. I'm gonna grab those. Why not, EMC? It means I get to start over again and have more fun. Okay. All right, we'll schedule that for 5 minutes from now. I'm gonna add a redirect from this stream into the new one. And let's grab the new chat. I just want a fresh start, EMC. That's all. Now that I understand the map better, you know? All right, there we go. So when I end the stream, you guys are going to get transported directly into the new one. I will see you there. All right? Oh, don't worry about it, Jess. It's not your fault, dude. It's not your fault. I guess I was really hoping that cave would be there. It would have been a really nice shortcut. It's ridiculous that it's locked behind a mission. I'll have to try to find out what that mission is and get it completed. I like where our base is, though. Like, I like living where we live at present. It just seems like a really good place to be. Well, it seemed like a good place to be until the cave, like, it, you know, we can't get through it. Hang on. Elysium Relic Mission Cave Icarus. Okay, so this is what? This is Operation 2. Yeah, Jesper, is there a way to find out which it is? Like, do you think this quest is the one that does it? I see ways to unlock various shortcuts, but... Oh, if you hold on the cave in the interactive map, it says it? Thank you. Okay, I'll go check that out. Oh, okay. Open with mission. So it's just a mission. It's not a relic mission, necessarily. It's just a mission called Relics. Okay. All right. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. At least knowing that, I can make moves to unlock it, right? Get it open. Now, the very beginning of our next series is going to be pretty touch and go. You can get kind of screwed over in the early game there if you're not careful. So I'm going to try really hard to get my feet off the ground in attempt 6. We have the new chat. My OBS is ready. The redirect is programmed. We just have to end this stream and hop into the next one and hope for the best. So I will see you guys in a little bit, in like 2 seconds. I'll end this stream and then we'll start the next one. All right, see you there.